Zimbabwe President Emerson Mnangagwa moved the minister or former Minister of Information, Jennifer Mswere, to one of the most useless portfolios in the cabinet of the Republic of Zimbabwe. And when you are looking at this, this is a demotion. He has been fired from the Ministry of Information and has been placed to a new ministry which was created for another placeholder some time ago. So we need to look at this and understand what is really happening and how is everything happening. So what is happening is there is a press statement which was issued right here, and it reads, in terms of section 104 subsection 1 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, His Excellency the President Comrade Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa has reassigned the underlisted ministers as follows. Mswere is now the Minister of Skills, Audit and Development, and Professor Mavima, who was from the Ministry of Skills Audit, is now Minister of National Housing and Social Amenities, and Dr. Musoda is now the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services. So what it means is Mswere, who is a close ally of Tungwarara, is no longer holding that most important portfolio in ministry, that is the Ministry of Information. So when you are juggling your cards and when you are playing your cards, this is a very critical decision made by Emerson Mnangagwa, because this is how they've neutralized the faction of Ndara Tungwarara. And remember, it seems as if they are breaking the faction Yana Kuda more than the other. And at this point in time, without the Ministry of Information, this team Yana Kuda is winning. So whoever runs your propaganda is key. Whoever runs this ministry is key when it comes to factional battles, because you decide what is published and also you control the publication of things. So what we have seen, which is exciting and interesting, is we have also seen the Tagure supporters. They've also weighed in response to this. So ZimLive reported and said that Jennifer Mswere attempted to fire ZBC board chair while Mnangagwa was in Dubai. And when the president refused to endorse the move, the minister had to order the Herald to destroy 3,000 papers already printed with the announcement. Days later, it's gone. So DEMOTES responded and said, this is a true story. The evidence of new board appointments is there. Power has residence. It has a physical address. Now if politicians fall because they fail to understand where power resides, the maniculant mischief will cost many if they don't recenter their politics. So when you're listening and looking at what the response of DEMOTES, it's very important to note that this is not just a response. It's something which is highlighting where we are and where we are going at this point in time. So this one is aligned to Kufakshen Yana Kuda. And he is actually telling the Manicaland boys, Kuti, if they continue with whatever they are doing against the Kuda, their days will be numbered. So as I mentioned, I said we have two factions. The other faction, their mana, the other faction, their mama. And both of the factions are fighting for survival. But Ndara prefers faction Yamana than Yamama. So that is where everything is. And right now, you can see who is losing. You can see the team which is losing. The Tungwarara team is losing at this point in time because one of their key assets has been removed. So the removal of Jennifer Mswere is not coincidence. It's something very important to consider, because without that power, without that ministry, there are nothing. So they have been capitalizing on this. They've been using this. But I think this is more of a warning to say, guys, I can deal with you if I want to. So at this point in time, Tungwarara remains quiet, remains silent. No one knows where he is. And at this point in time, you can't tell the future of Tungwarara, except that probably you continue to have or to run his contracts. But with limited political power, we will continue as the presidential advisor seems as if the man is no longer there, because no one is talking about him more constantly at this point in time. Everyone is quiet about Tungwarara. Okay, is this the time to focus on factional battles? Probably. It's too risky for ZANU-PF to continue to focus on the factional battles and factional fights because they have a constitution amendment to deal with. They need to focus on the amendments which have been tabled, and they really need everyone on board. That is the reason why you do not see a public announcement of the removal of Tungwarara, probably, as well as you have seen the cautious removal of Mswere. So when you're looking at ministries, the ministries are ranked. You can talk of the Ministry of Home Affairs, you can talk of the Ministry of Defense, you can talk of the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Finance. When it comes to the issues of politics, these are critical ministries. And also you can talk of the Ministry of Youth. So whoever occupies those ministries controls a lot, and not forgetting the Ministry of Justice as well. So you can put it together so that you get the most powerful ministries you can talk of, or you can rely on when you are dealing with political issues. So as of now, the man is no longer there. Tungwarara is losing allies in key portfolios in key ministries. So when you are seeing this, there is an attack which was launched on UDIT Angel days ago. You can see how the politics is happening. And remember, the person I got took UDIT Angel is a person who is close to some boys. So I want to explain something about that. In the past, there was an attack also which included the boys. But I think it was disguised on the attack of the boys because it was meant on Mporofita more than on the boys. Because the boys doesn't have anything to lose, but Mporofita does have everything to lose if his name is tarnished, because his reputation matters. Vakomana, they don't care about reputation. To them, reputation does not matter. What matters is occupying the top posts and the top positions. So when you are dealing with these things politically, you get to understand the importance of vanhu attacker and vanhu defend different factions. One thing which happened is that the other faction ordered or made a move to make sure that affiliates are registered, and they went for interviews, and those successful, I think they were given certificates. The question is that affiliate which was linked to vana Tungwarara yekamwe kamfundisi ngekumanika lenduko yakabudirira here kana kuti yakavharwa panze? So it seems as if the limelight is dying slowly. The anti-presidential criticism whatsoever, the limelight is dying, and they are only left with ashes. So politically, we can say faction ranatagwi rafamba or rukfamba, and they are scoring scores because the man is visible politically, while Tungwarara is not visible. So you can see that Tungwarara is not in the central committee. He was not there. Kugweru kwakaendwa. Recently, we have seen also Tagwirei running around, kune zvimwe zvekupolitiburo zviri kuitwa, and Tungwarara is also not there. So politically, what we can say is the other faction is winning, and now that they've lost a key ally, abviswa ku Ministry of Information akakandwa kuka Ministry kasina basa, what it means is there is more trouble. So we will be watching to see what continues to happen politically, but this is what we have for you. In conclusion, Minister Jennifer Mswere was moved from the critical Ministry of Information and was given a Ministry of Skills Audit, which is almost a useless ministry. Ndo kunonzi ku ministry kunongoendeswa vakomana wekungonzi vagarire padhuze vadyewo, but there is nothing there. So this is what we have for you. We'll continue to look at what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, and we'll be updating regularly.